I'm Maria, and I just wanted to show you how to make flan today. Thank you for coming to Maria's Kitchen. So flan is a really special recipe in Latin America and in Europe as well. And they claim it originated in the Roman Empire when the Romans were the ones that were harvesting eggs from domesticated chicken. They were the first to domesticate the chicken. And so they ended up creating egg dishes, but it wasn't a sweet dish. It was like with meat and with fish. And so eventually somebody added honey to flan, and then they realized they could do more with flan. And so the Spaniards actually created the caramel from the melted sugar for the flan dish. And then when the Moors added like flavorings like orange and coffee to it. And so it really became a special dish. So right now I'm going to show you how I did the caramelization process. And then I'm going to read to you the recipe. And so for the caramelization, you're going to use 3/4 cup of sugar, and I'm melting it on medium-high heat. And so the recipe itself is for 4 large eggs, 1 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk, and 1 1/4 cup whole milk, 1 tablespoon vanilla extract. And I'll show you what we do with that, but I'm going to fast forward a little bit for the caramelization because it took a while for me to get to that stage of where you needed it. And so here it is, it's caramelized, nice and smooth. And I have my dishes all ready for the caramelization process. You're going to pour that caramel in the dishes that you're going to use your flan in, and then you're just going to kind of move it around so that the caramel gets spread out on the bottom of that pan. So when you flip over your flan, that caramel is just going to go right over the dish. And so that is the caramelization process. And that's an important part because that's like one of the best parts of the flan, in my opinion, is the caramel. So now we've got that going on, and I'm just pouring a little bit of the extra in the big pan there. And then I'm going to share with you the actual making of the flan part. So flan is a custard that you're going to, it's an egg custard that's really tasty, in my opinion. And it's super easy to make. So here is the 1 1/4 cup whole milk. And then I'm going to put the sweetened condensed milk in there. And then I'm going to put 4 large eggs and a tablespoon of vanilla extract. And that's all going to go in the blender. You don't have to use a blender. You can actually whip it, or you can use like a mixer. But the idea is that you want to get it nice and smooth and mixed together so that your custard comes out nice and smooth. And so I'm going to be blending this for a full minute so that it's all combined really well in there. So I'm just going to fast forward a little bit in this dish. And here I am putting the eggs in. So that's 4 eggs. Now I've seen a lot of different recipes where they asked for 5 to 6 eggs. And so other recipes even included, you putting in cream cheese into the mixture. So you might want to try that. I just wanted to get you like a real basic dish. And you can see the caramel is already stiffened. It's all nice and hard. So when you put that in there, it's not going to mix with the caramel. That's why you've got to do the caramel really fast and have your dishes ready, because that caramel is going to harden quick. And so there is your flan. So you can see that was really easy, and it didn't take long to make it at all. And so now I'm just going to show you how I put it in the oven. And with the oven, it is the way I make it is I am putting it in another larger dish, you can see, and I'm going to pour in some hot water because it's going to be cooking in a water bath. So the dish is in the oven, and now I'm pouring in the hot water so that it's halfway, like just to the midpoint of those other dishes. So you want kind of a big dish to put those little dishes in there. And so that's the hot water that's in there. And then I made a mistake. You're going to see that I'm putting it all in the oven and I'm closing it up. But the mistake I made was I was supposed to cover it. And I did not realize that I had made the mistake until I turned off the camera. So I went ahead and just covered it with tin foil. And you cover your each dish. If you're going to do several dishes, you're going to cover each dish really tight with your tin foil. And then you're going to cook it for an hour and 15 minutes. Now, my recipe asked for an hour and 15 minutes. I think maybe that might have been too long because a lot of other recipes for 350-degree oven, they were actually just requiring 1 hour of cooking. You don't want your flan to be undercooked. And so in the recipe, they might have overcooked it a little bit with the 15 minutes, but that just makes it a little bit more cheesy. And so it worked out fine. I'd definitely rather have overcooked than undercooked flan. But the more you make it, the more you'll get used to maybe you'll want to adjust your time or even the temperature with different recipes. You can try them out and see what you think. And now I'm going to show you another video, and this is just showing you how to take the flan out. So what you do is once you've got it out of the oven and you are going to let it cool off, and then it's cooling off in the oven, out of the oven, and then you're going to put it in the refrigerator. And you're going to have it in the refrigerator a minimum of 4 hours. And so this video, I'm just going to show you once it's cooled in the refrigerator for about 4 hours. I usually do it overnight. You're going to use that knife to kind of just go around your dish. And it's nice and solid, you'll see. And you just go around just to make sure it comes out nice and neat. And I'm just kind of pushing a little bit with the knife on the sides, and then you're going to flip it. So you want a plate that's got a little bit of a curvature to it. You don't want something too flat where the caramel will come out of the dish. So there it is. And you can see the caramel is coming out and pouring over it. And that is your flan with the nice caramel. And so there are different ways on making flan. If you decide you want to make it on a regular basis, there's actually a special dish that you can buy called the flanera that you can cook it in. And you can always give that a shot. It's kind of fun to make. It was super easy, as you can see, but it looks really elegant. And here is the flan. And you can see that the caramel came out really good. The dish, after you clean the dish, just soak it in some warm water, for some warm soapy water, and it comes out pretty clean as well. So it's not even really a messy dish to make, but it looks fancy. And if you want to impress your friends, that's a simple dessert that you can share with them. So play around with the different flavorings once you kind of figure out how you want to make it. You can add coffee, chocolate, coconut. There are a lot of different recipes with a lot of different additions that you can add to a flan. I just like my flan pretty simple. I don't put whipped cream or strawberries or anything on there. I just kind of like it simple that way. But play around with it, see what you would like for it, and just play with your flan, have fun with it. And thank you for joining me today. Have a great day.